Hello everyone, it's me again, twice in 1 week, or is it 3 times in 1 week? I know, what is going on? Don't see me for ages and then you're bombarded with me. Well, I've been planning this for a while. I've wanted to do May vlogs for a while. I've done it in previous years because May is my birthday month, and this year I'm turning 50 on the 11th of May. So I wanted to document May. As always, it won't be exciting. It'll be a bit like my December vlogs. I don't do anything, I don't go anywhere. I walk Samuel around to get his lift. I drop Samuel off to get his lift. I tutor. I go and see my mum. I walk Milo. I cook, I clean. I don't do anything exciting. So really it'll just be what I create during the month of May, but I wanted to document it because it is my big birthday. So because I've now got my floss tube going alongside this, I was thinking how I'm going to do this because I want to incorporate both passions now. So I was thinking the odd days I'm going to do sort of my knitting and sewing side of my videos, and then the even days I will do sort of the floss tube side. So tomorrow I will show my cross stitch progress, and then the odd days I will show my knitting and sewing and other makes, if that's okay with everybody. So they're only going to be short and sweet, sort of 10-15 minutes, just a little catch up, what I've done that day, what I plan to do. I've got a few plans for May, which will definitely include some dressmaking, some smaller makes. I want to make another little rabbit. I've been planning this little rabbit for ages. I want to make a little rabbit for a friend's daughter, so that has been on the cards for ages, so I need to get that made. I want to make some project bags for my cross stitch. I've made them in the past. They've got projects in though. One is very Christmas themed project bag, and that has got a project in, and the other one, it was like an outer space fabric. I think it was outer space fabric, so I'm not that in love with that fabric. And the other one is massive. It's literally the size of a cross stitch bag, but I use it for all my pens and pencils for journaling. Everybody laughs at me because it's the world's biggest pencil case. And I don't really want to decant that, but I haven't got it here to hand. I have got some lovely fabric that I've got in mind to make a cross stitch bag. So yeah, I will come back to you with that. So I'm just going to show you what I've been getting up to the last couple of days knitting wise. So I did show this on Sunday, was it? No, Saturday, when I did my little video, but obviously that video, thank you for all your kind comments on that video, because I just do not know what happened to it. We recorded it and Samuel did the most amazing editing. He worked so hard for that editing and it was fantastic. When he showed me it, it was beautiful. The editing he did with this was just phenomenal, and then it just would not come out of VN Editor at all. No matter what we did, we kept exporting it, we kept saving it, exporting it, saving it. It just would not come out of editing. So in the end he screen recorded it, but then it came out and it was vertical, and it uploaded vertical. But he had put so much effort into this that I thought, well, I'm just going to upload it as it is, and what will be will be. Because he really worked so hard on that editing, and you've all been so kind. So if there's anything on there that you couldn't see properly, then just let me know and I'll show you again. I will show you again another day over these May vlogs. I will show you my little sewing box again because I'm super proud of that. But I've made good progress on my second sock. So let me just show you my first purple sock. So this is my first purple sock I'm making for a friend. That's the first one. And I'm on, I don't know if I'm, oh, of course I'm still on the decreases. I've only just started. So I'm now doing the decreases on this one. So this was a 50-gram Fable. I've never used Fable before, but it is lovely. It's so soft. It's beautiful yarn. Got this from Wool Warehouse. They often have sales on Fable yarns. It's worth checking out. The only thing I would say that I would do differently next time is I would use a contrast heel, cuff and toe, just to be 100% certain you've got enough yarn, because I think I'm going to have to sneak in a slightly different piece of purple just to finish the toe, because I'm just slightly over 25 grams in this sock, so I'm not going to have enough to finish this one. But I know I have got a matching purple that I had put aside to do heel, toes and cuffs, and I didn't bother. But that would be my top tip. If you have got a 50-gram Fable, excuse me, I would do a contrast heel, toe and cuff. But it does work. I doubt it would work for a man's sock unless you do a shorty sock for a man. I know the men, my Mark and my brother, they like their socks slightly longer, and obviously you've got more stitches for a man, so I don't think a 50-gram Fable would work for a man, but for a woman, definitely. And it is so soft. It is lovely, and it's always quite reasonable on Wool Warehouse as well, so I would definitely use that. But it's knitting up beautifully. So yeah, definitely, I would definitely use Fable again. I have got some more Fable, but I know I pick quite manly colours. I've got sort of grey and things, but I suppose you could always put like a pink heel, toe and cuff, or a lilac, lilac or blue or mint, anything, couldn't you? Just to brighten it up a little bit. But yeah, I'm loving that. Then I started one for Mark. I was on Lovecrafts. They sent me an email last week to say they had a sale of their paint box yarn, and a couple of years ago Kay brought me a lovely pink paint box yarn. I've got two of them. I've got another one over there. No, I don't. No, that isn't. Ignore me. That isn't paint box. She brought me a beautiful pink paint box yarn that knits up in a Fair Isle, and I've done that one. I've got two of those. I've done one already, and I've got another ball of that. And they were selling that off, and I think they were selling it for £6.50. So they had about £3 off of that. So I went on there and I bought this blue one. I don't know what this is called because I think the ball band's upstairs. So I'm knitting this blue one. I'm knitting this for Mark. So I cast on 72 stitches, still 2.5 needle, 14 rounds of rib. I've done 45 rounds for the leg, and I'm now just on the heel flap. I just started, have I started the heel flap? Yeah, I started the heel flap last night for Mark. But I think it's knitting up really pretty because he started wearing his socks now. It's May. He started wearing them in April. I thought, he didn't wear them all winter and now he started wearing them, and he's only got 2 pairs because I didn't bother knitting him anymore last winter. I started one and it was a brown pair using the wool I got in Scotland, and I did a moss pattern on it, and you can't see the pattern. Do you remember me saying I can't see the blooming patterns? I got fed up with it. But that's knitting up really pretty. It's a Fair Isle pattern, obviously self-patterning. But I really like that. So I had that one, and then I got these two. So this one is Fair Isle. This is called Meadow Walk. So that's got mint and lemon, bit of grey, bit of peach, bit of cream. So that one's really pretty. Paint box. And then this one is called Passion. This is also Fair Isle. Oh, excuse me. I don't know where my voice keeps going. This has got like an orangey, a peachy, a grey, a cream. I don't know what colour you call that. Like a, I don't know what colour you'd call that. Like a light, oh, I don't know. Like a very light brown. That's going to be really pretty. And then I got this one, which is called Stripes Rainbow, and this does knit into stripes. So you've got mint, orange, blue, yellow, like turquoise, yellow, blue, red, lilac. So that one literally knits into stripes. So I might do that one for my brother. maybe that one for my mum or my sister. These are 100 grams, so you will get 2, and maybe that one for me and my sister-in-law, maybe. This one, obviously, because it's from Mark, it's more stitches, longer leg and everything, it will only make the 1 pair. I might get a smaller pair out maybe for Rupert, or maybe, I don't know. Samuel keeps saying he doesn't want a pair of socks, but I'm sure if he tried it on, he would like it. So that's my knitting. And then I started yesterday making a dress for my birthday. This is a dress I've made so many times. It's the Sew Over It pattern, and it's the Betty dress, and it's a vintage dress. It's like a 1950s inspired dress. And I've had this fabric since last year. My lovely friend Kay brought me a piece of Liberty fabric. I've never had any Liberty fabric in any big quantity. I've had a fat quarter, but I've never had any large quantity of fabric. And last year Kay brought me a metre of this fabric for my birthday, and I didn't want to make a project bag with it or cut it up or do anything small with it. I wanted to make something special with it, so I immediately tried to source some more of this fabric, and it took me until probably just before Christmas to track down from various shops, to track down more of this fabric. So I can't think now what the colourway is. It's something garden. And I have made, so I started this yesterday. I've made this dress so many times, and I've also brought the add-on to this dress. So I've got a different neckline and I've got sleeves, and I have done it with the sleeves. I made this for my friend's birthday last year. Oh, I really don't know what's going on with my voice. And I've made a long sleeve version. But I am making the Betty dress for my birthday in this beautiful Liberty fabric. And I just love this. So it's a tight bodice, and then it's a fit and flare dress, and I will wear this with a vintage belt, you know, the bow belts. So it's got bust darts and waist darts, and it is, if I do say so myself, it is beautiful. And this style, again, if I do say so myself, this style really suits me. So I've tacked in my zip. So today I've got to tutor at 9 o'clock. It's 20 past 8 now. So I've got to tutor at 9 o'clock. Then I'm going to go and do my mum's shopping in town, spend an hour or so with my mum. And then when I get back, if I feel up to it, I will get my zip sewn in, get the facing sewn on, get the neck, get the shoulder seams sewn together, and get the dress hemmed, and then that's finished. And then I've got enough fabric left to either make a vintage headband, which I'm tempted to make, or make a project bag. So I don't know what to make yet. I haven't got a pattern to make the vintage headband. My friend Wendy's made me some, so I know patterns are available, but I'd have to source that pattern or ask my friend Wendy. Or if I have enough fabric, I'd like to make a project bag. I bought myself the other week, some of the vinyl so I could make a clear vinyl fronted project bag. Quite like the idea of that, so then you can see what project you're using. I'm now talking about floss tube, aren't I? So they're my plans for today. So tomorrow I might record 2 videos actually, because tomorrow should be a floss tube video, but I'm at my mum's because it's Thursday, so I might record Friday's video tomorrow as well, because we might get Alice Nanny Knits, because she's knitted a lovely Thomas the Tank Engine jumper, so I might even manage to get my mum on video. and pretend that's Friday tomorrow. Shall I do that? Would you like to see my mum again if I can get her? She's been very poorly, but she's feeling a little bit better. I've got the hospital tomorrow for my hand. I had carpal tunnel surgery a few years ago, and I've got pain in my hand again, but I don't think it's carpal tunnel because the pain is across here. So I don't think that's carpal tunnel. So I don't know what it is. I'm just falling apart, aren't I? I'm just useless, I tell you. I really am falling apart with that and my colitis and my head pain. Still waiting for my appointment for my injections in my head. Falling apart. Yeah, so do you fancy seeing me every day of May? Heaven help us. Made myself a lovely cup of tea. I ran out of, now, couple of years ago, I changed from tea bags and started having loose leaf tea because I thought it was more environmentally friendly. And I had a lovely teapot from T2, and you put your tea leaves in, and then it's pressured one. You put your teapot on top of your teacup, and the pressure forces the tea through. And I've had about 2 or 3 of those teapots, and eventually it just broke overuse. I do drink a lot of tea, and I've got normal teapots with a tea strainer and everything, but Mark hates that because it makes a mess and everything, and he has to empty the teapot of tea leaves, and it's effort, isn't it? And yesterday I'd run out of tea bags, and I've got loads of tea leaves, and I thought, I'm just going to go back to tea leaves, and I made myself a cup of tea with the tea leaves in my T2 teapot. That's a mouthful. And it wouldn't pour through, so I'm holding it, trying to force these tea leaves through, and eventually got it through. Oh my goodness. Loose leaf tea makes the nicest cup of tea ever. If you are a tea drinker, get yourself some tea leaves and drink some loose leaf tea. It really is the nicest tea ever, but it just wouldn't go through. So I've got tea leaf tea again today in a normal china teapot with a tea strainer, but I've just ordered myself a new teapot off of Amazon with an infuser that you put the tea leaves in, so you don't need to worry about a tea strainer. So that should arrive today, because honestly, tea leaf tea, it smells of tea and it tastes so much nicer. It has such a nice taste. Because I don't have milk in my tea anymore, I like to have a nice cup of tea. So I'm going to end there. So is everyone happy then that on the odd days I will do knitting and sewing and all that jazz, and on the even days I will do a little floss tube video? Are we okay with that? Is everybody happy for a crossover? I mean, I know lots of you are multi-crafters, so maybe you do a bit of cross stitch as well. But tomorrow I might record 2 videos, so I might record Fridays tomorrow, and you get to see this nanny knits. This nanny knits, that's Lucy, this grandma knits. Okay, I'm going to pop out and hang out my washing before I start tutoring, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Have a lovely crafty day, happy knitting, happy sewing, enjoy what you're doing. Let me know what you're working on in the comments below, and enjoy the first day of May. And I'll see you all tomorrow. Take care, everyone. Bye.